This PowerPoint, mean cell residence time, part 2, solids retention time, math. As always, I claim no ownership to any of the questions material presented in this video, as everything is sourced off the open internet. In the following slides, as always, I will answer the question and present the proper formulas to the best of my abilities. This is a study guide. Hopefully it helps you. As in part 1, we are still using the same pounds formulas to solve for mean cell residence time. These are presented on the state of Florida formula sheet. If your state provides a formula sheet when you test, get familiar with it. We get on to the questions, because again, this is a part 2. What is the mean cell residence time for the following activated sludge system? Your aeration tank and final clarifier volume is 0.756 million gallons. Your mixed liquor suspended solids is 3,180 milligrams per liter. Your suspended solids wasted is 1,750 pounds a day, and your secondary effluent is 416 pounds per day. As always, the mean cell residence time formula is the solid inventory in pounds divided by the effluent solid pounds per day plus the WAS pounds per day. So they've given you the effluent solids pounds per day and the wasted suspended solids pounds per day. So you're going to have to solve for the solids inventory. And remember, these are all pounds formulas, so we're going to be using the solids inventory pounds formula. Alright, so our solids inventory formula is aeration tank capacity million gallons times the MLSS milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. Again, I'm going to use my wonderful highlighting abilities and I'm going to highlight stuff and then plug it in on the next slide. So your aeration tank capacity in million gallons, the 0.756 million gallons, that will get plugged in here. Your MLSS, milligrams per liter, mixed liquor suspended solids, 3,180 milligrams per liter. Plug that in right here. That's going to be times your 8.34 pounds per gallon as a standard. Your effluent solids pounds per day. So they already gave you that, 416 pounds per day. So that's going to get plugged into the bottom of your formula. And your WAS pounds per day, your suspended solids wasted is 1,750 pounds per day. So we're going to plug that in right here. We'll do that on the next slide. So we have everything plugged into our formulas. We'll go ahead and solve for the solids inventory pounds. 0.756 million gallons times 3,180 milligrams per liter times a standard of 8.34 pounds per gallon. That gives you a solids inventory of 20,050 pounds. Next, you're going to go ahead and solve the bottom. So 416 pounds per day plus 1,750 pounds per day gives you 2,166 pounds per day. So now we can go ahead and solve 20,050 pounds divided by 2,166 pounds per day. That's going to give you an answer of 9.26 days. Given the following information, calculate the MCRT. You have a plant flow of 2.7 million gallons a day, an aerator capacity of 4.0 million gallons, an MLSS of 4,200 milligrams per liter, a WAS flow of 95,000 gallons per day, an RAS concentration of 8,000 milligrams per liter, and an effluent TSS of 7 milligrams per liter. The mean cell residence time formula is solids inventory in pounds divided by the effluent solid pounds per day plus the WAS pounds per day. So we're going to have to solve for the 3 different pounds formulas because, like we'll continue to talk about, the mean cell residence time formula is 3 pounds formulas. Those pounds formulas are the solid inventory pounds formula, the effluent solids formula, and the WAS pounds per day formula. So we're just going to be plugging information in. That's all this math problem is over and over again, just making sure we plug in information to the right spots. All right, on this slide, I'm going to be using my highlighter to highlight the formula and the things that are getting plugged into it, and then I will have the numbers plugged in on the next slide. So first, for your solid inventory pounds formula is equal to your aeration tank capacity million gallons, which is 4.0 million gallons, times your MLSS milligrams per liter, which is 4,200 milligrams per liter, times your 8.34 pounds per gallon. Your effluent solid pounds per day is equal to your plant flow million gallons a day, which is 2.7 million gallons a day, times your effluent TSS, and that is 7 milligrams per liter will go in your effluent TSS of 7 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. And your WAS pounds per day is going to be the waste sludge flow, which is in million gallons a day. Notice they gave us the flow in gallons per day, so you're going to have to convert that 95,000 gallons per day into million gallons a day. And then your waste concentration. So in the question, it didn't give us waste concentration. It gave us return activated sludge, which is equal to the same thing as your waste concentration. So your waste concentration milligrams per liter is 8,000 milligrams per liter of your RAS concentration times 8.34 pounds per gallon. All right, first we want to get that WAS flow into the proper unit of measurement. So 95,000 gallons per day divided by 1 million. So your WAS flow is 0.095 million gallons per day. So now that we have everything in the proper units of measurement, we can plug them into the formulas. So your solids inventory in pounds is equal to the aeration tank capacity of 4 million gallons times the MLSS of 4,200 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. Your effluent solid pounds per day is equal to the plant flow of 2.7 million gallons a day times the effluent TSS of 7 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. And your WAS pounds per day is equal to your waste sludge flow of 0.095 million gallons a day times your waste concentration or your return activated sludge RAS of 8,000 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. When you do the math, your solid inventory is 140,112 pounds. Your effluent solid pounds per day is 157.626, and your WAS is equal to 6,338.4 pounds per day. So now we can plug those into our mean cell residence time formula. 140,112 pounds divided by 157.626 pounds per day plus 6,338.4 pounds. So we're going to add the bottoms together. And that equals 6,496.026 pounds per day. So now you're going to divide the 140,112 pounds by 6,496.026 pounds per day. And your answer is 21.57 days. Given the following data, calculate the mean cell residence time. You have a flow of 2.72 million gallons a day. You have an aeration tank volume of 603,000 gallons, a clarifier tank volume of 305,000 gallons, the MLSS of 2,990 milligrams per liter, a waste rate of 23,700 gallons per day, the waste activated sludge of 7,175 milligrams per liter, and the effluent total suspended solids of 15 milligrams per liter. The mean cell residence time formula that we are using is the solids inventory in pounds divided by the effluent solid pounds per day plus the waste activated sludge pounds per day. Well, this problem is going to take a couple of steps because they didn't give us any information. We're going to have to solve for it. So we're going to go ahead and use our 3 pounds formulas to solve this question. We have our solid inventory pounds, aeration tank capacity in million gallons times your MLSS milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. You have your effluent solid pounds per day formulas, plant flow million gallons a day times the effluent TSS milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. And then we have our WAS pounds formula, which is your waste sludge flow million gallons a day times your waste concentration milligrams per liter times a standard of 8.34 pounds per gallon. Notice we're going to have to convert because our million gallons a day, they gave it to us just in gallons. So we'll do that first on the next slide. All right, so your aeration tank capacity is equal to your aeration tank volume of 603,000 gallons plus your clarifier tank volume of 305,000 gallons divided by a million. That'll get you into million gallons. And your waste rate gallons per day of 23,700 gallons per day divided by a million to get that into million gallons per day. After you've done the math, the aeration tank capacity is equal to 0.908 million gallons, and your waste rate is 0.0237 million gallons per day. As always with water math, having the right unit of measurement that's in the formulas is very important to pay attention to. So that's, like I said, we had to convert these from gallons per day and gallons to million gallons and million gallons per day. So now that we have everything in the right units of measurement, we can start plugging in to our formulas. So again, I'm going to use my wonderful highlighter colors. Let's go. Your aeration tank capacity, million gallons. We just solved for that. 0.908 million gallons. Your MLSS, milligrams per liter, is 2,990 milligrams per liter. Then we're going to times that by your 8.34 pounds per gallon. That will get us our solids inventory for up top. Your effluent solids pounds per day. Plant flow, million gallons a day. Plant flow, million gallons a day. That was given to us already. It's 2.72 million gallons per day. Your effluent TSS. Your effluent total suspended solids is 15 milligrams per liter. And then you're going to multiply that by your 8.34 pounds per gallon. The waste sludge flow, million gallons per day. That's another one that we had to do the conversion to get in a million gallons a day. And that was 0.0237 million gallons a day. And finally, your waste concentration, your waste WAS is 7,175 milligrams per liter times, again, the standard of 8.34 pounds. We'll keep repeating. This is just 3 pounds formulas. That's all this is. So next slide, we're going to plug all the information in. Solid inventory pounds, aeration tank capacity of 0.908 million gallons times the MLSS of 2,990 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. The effluent solids pounds per day, the plant flow of 2.72 million gallons a day times the effluent TSS of 15 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. And the WAS pounds per day is the waste sludge flow of 0.0237 million gallons a day times the waste concentration of 7,175 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds. So we've got our numbers plugged into our formulas. So you're going to go ahead and solve those. The solids inventory of pounds is 22,642.432 pounds. The effluent solid pounds per day is 340.272 pounds per day, and the WAS pounds per day is 1,418.1961 pounds per day. So now that we've solved for those, we can now put them into our mean cell residence time formula. So the solids inventory of 22,642.432 pounds divided by the effluent solid pounds per day of 340.272 pounds per day plus the WAS pounds per day of 1,418.1961 pounds per day. So we'll go ahead and solve for the bottom by adding those together. When you add those together, you get 1,758.4681 pounds per day. So now you're going to divide 22,642.432 pounds per day by the 1,758.4681 pounds per day. And your answer is 12.88 days. All right, so that was another 3 math questions, mean cell residence time. Like I said, once you break it into those 3 different pounds formulas, as long as you get the information where it's supposed to go, it's pretty easy. So hopefully this helps you study and learn. Thanks.